welcome to Dynamic GT League Serpent Series for Race 3 from Suzuka, where we will be racing the Dodge Viper Group 4s as we take a quick look at the current standings as Ray joins us on commentary. How are you, Ray?
I'm doing well. SJP leading the bloody championship. Jesus, what's happened?
He is, yeah. I think it's this weather setting, you know. I think he likes it. But yeah, he's got a little bit of a gap over Steve F1. Obviously, last week we had an unfortunately lower amount of drivers joining us, which was a bit of a shame. Not the case this week, though. We've got a few more, and we've even got a late returner. So, as we take in the sunshine of Suzuka, we'll see Demon R on pole position. Steve F1 in second place. So for the top three in the standings, Ray, they're on the top three in qualifying.
Yeah, then SJP there in third place. They're just mixed about in different areas. And then it's the American Cod Rod there in fourth place. That's why he keeps spinning, because it's American.
Not used to corners.
Blaze is Art Pal. And in sixth place we've got Twilight.
Yeah, absolutely.
White Shadow.
Yeah.
I don't know who that is.
Who's that? Is Hey. Oh no, sorry, his name's SRT. I was going to try and make something funny out of the letters SRT, but I better not. Critical, sorry, we'll just pass there on the left-hand side, and then we've got Formula Gary, who hopefully is starting on the dry tyres again this week.
Yeah, in place, and then Jimmy in 10th, and then Rich Blues in 11th.
Yep. At the back, he actually put a time in this time, did Rich Blues. Normally sits
Jesus, that's a first.
Yeah, normally sits in the pit lane chatting up the ladies, but yeah, here we go then as we are at 3 lights, 4 lights,
You sure it's the ladies?
5 lights, well, come on, not me, and away we go, and it looks like a good start from Demon R as he moves across to cover Steve F1, SGP covers Conrad, Arpal's got a decent run round the outside. Quite a few drivers covering the inside line. Will anyone try making a move? I think Rich may just tag the big back and Critical a little bit. Rich is spinning around. Gary, I think, just tagged Critical as well. And Gary spinning as well. Okay, Demon R holds on to the lead then ahead of Steve F1. Now, we talked a little bit last week, Ray, about how the tyres may or may not cope around here. I was talking about maybe 7-8 laps. But it's all very weather dependent. On a sunny day like this, I'll be surprised if a driver can get more than 5 laps out of these tyres, which makes the strategy very interesting in an 18-lap race.
Yeah, definitely, because you can't go 5-5-5-8, but you can go, what, 5-5-5? 3?
Yeah, you could do that.
Oh, you would then. Yeah. But,
it could depend on how the drivers attack their tyres and the fuel as well, yeah. So for the viewers, keep an eye on that tyre indicator on the left hand side. If any one of those tyres on anyone's car is completely red, they're going to have no grip and they will lose around about 5 to 6 seconds a lap.
Ball on the back of Conrad on the back jam, so keep a close eye on that. Critical just catching up there as Demon R headed for a wiggle or something.
I think he might have done. Steve F1 nearly got up the inside of him. He'll get a bit of slipstream now. So we can already see that on SGP's tyres, the tyres have taken a little bit of punishment, but we've almost done 1 lap, so you can kind of see, okay, times that by 5, you might be okay. You did see the front right tyre go down quite a little bit there through the R130. Because what was the track a couple of races ago?
Somebody in deep. Who's that? Critical?
No, that's Twilight. It was Twilight on Hay.
Twilight?
Yeah. Critical is right up behind Art Pal at the moment. Yeah, the track we had Gardens, wasn't it? The long, fast corners.
Right-hander, wasn't it?
Yeah. Demon R's got a little deep. First time he's been deep in his life. Hey, I'll tell you what, right? You joked about Rich. Is it the ladies in the pits, right? I got a question for you. I understand how you get Bob from Robert and you get Bill from William, but how do you get Dick from Richard?
A banana, that's his wife.
No, you ask him nicely.
Alright.
Maybe that's what she did. Oh, I'm so pleased with that joke. I like that one. Okay, so here we go then. So we saw
She said to him,
Oh!
I like you, Dick, and he got something else.
Give me your dick. He handed her his passport. So I was just going to say a moment ago we saw SGP's tyres, and considering he's only on the second lap, they could have taken a considerable bit more punishment. If we get to see him again, you'll notice what I'm on about. Twilight here on the back of Critical now, having got past Hay. I think that may have been sort of up towards the Deglers and the Hairpin. I was too busy telling a joke to really watch. Oh, Hay a little late on the brakes. So easy to do in this car. Mainly, Ray, because what I've seemed to have noticed, or the drivers have been telling me, is if you do brake a little late in this car, it overheats the tyres very, very quickly, and then it doesn't slow down and turn for you at that. Look at Steve F1's tyre for lap 2.
Yeah. Are these going to get 5 laps? Well, we're on 2. I think 5 laps could be a wee bit of a push. I think they're going to have to slow down. Steve F1 deep.
Yeah, that is.
SGP going to get the run. But he's going to be on the outside, so he's best, if he can, switch back in, get the slipstream into turn 1.
Yeah, Pal and Conrad were battling, got side by side. That's allowed Critical to get involved, so now 3 wide. I'd actually want to be in Conrad's position here, I think. Or Critical's.
Yeah, I don't want to be right on the outside. Oh, they look like 2 of them had just backed out, and then that Pal's backed out. That'd be a bit further to just cover the inside from Gary and Twilight there.
Yep.
But the difference from this track and somebody off in the background, Twilight.
Yeah, dipped away and spun.
As in Gardens, it was Gardens were previous that, or was it High Speed Ring?
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
Oh, hey, straight on.
Hey, as the turns, the tyre wear's more level.
Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely, it's a lot more level, isn't it? Which will make it a lot easier for the drivers here to have balance in the car. SGP didn't make the move into turn 1. He's all over the back of Steve F1. I'm wondering, with him not making the move, I'm wondering if he's perhaps thinking, let's not battle. Demon R might run away here as Critical, Conrad side by side. Critical gets the better exit. Jimmy and Gary battling in the background as well as these guys come round the R230. I think he's called the R200. Are they going to battle? Is Connor going to cover the inside? Yes, he does. It might not look like it, but he did. Kind of middle of the road. He's covering the inside there, isn't it?
Yeah.
A little bit.
And the SGP might be. I want to save some tyres here. It's got a little bit more than Steve F1, so I might want to save a wee bit of tyre here. Maybe see if we can get an extra lap compared to Steve F1.
Yeah, Demon R's got a little more tyre than the both of them as well. Which, I mean, some might wonder, how can you have better tyre wear when you're running a slightly faster pace? It's just that not being under pressure, you can do a bit of lifting and coasting. And Steve F1's in the pit!
Yeah, so maybe this is going to... Depends on undercut, doesn't it? Like how many drivers are going to pit. How much boost is Steve F1 going to get?
Yeah, but also, how much fuel is he going to put in? Because, I mean, he's got 63% at the moment. Connor's pitted as well. Somebody else did. I think it was Art Pal is also into the pits. Maybe he's doing the strategy you said, Ray, but the other way round.
He's filling up. 75, 78.
Yeah, he
Where's
has
he going?
80. He's top.
Yeah, he's filling up.
Yeah,
he's still going.
Yeah, so Connor leaving the pits, he's got a 3-second penalty. That'll be for crossing the white line on entry. That'll be a little bit frustrating for him. So Conrad didn't fill up. We'll see what the gap is between himself and Steve F1. Steve's going to appear in the background. No, he's not. He literally would have done. He's just got round the outside of turn 2. So Steve F1 has lost a lot of time to Conrad, but he will get that back with a bit of boost now as we see Critical running in third place. Oh, spin it! Gary's off as well. Oh, courtesy spin. Oh, Gary, don't back up. I think, thankfully, I think he's spotted. Oh, that's unfortunate. Sorry, I shouldn't do that. But yeah, that was unfortunate. Both drivers having two similar but very different spins there. Massively unfortunate for the both of them. Thankfully, neither of them backed across the road into other cars.
He in third place.
Bloody hell! Can his heart take that? His tyres might not take it. Okay, Conrod's all over the back of Critical now and Formula Gary Connor with fresh tyres out of the box. And the difference in speed and grip available is massive. Look, you just see it there. Oh, that's actually Critical tagging Gary. We'll have to hold on a moment before making a move. Conrad might get boxed in here. No, he's got the better grip.
Gonna either have to push Critical pass or he's gonna have to watch through here.
Oh no,
he's got penalty.
Oh, you forgot about that. So Steve F1 gets back ahead. SGP is in the pits now. Yeah, it's massively unfortunate for Conrad. I forgot he got the penalty. Twilight there. I think I didn't see his tyres. Arpal has recently pitted a lap ago. SGP now gets into his box. It'll be interesting to see if he fills up or not. Critical is into the pits as well.
Putting some in.
Yeah. Hayes carried on though. I don't know if Hayes got the tyres to carry on, to be honest. Connor will have to rip over. Gary will get another lap out of him. He's done all right.
SGP's felt up.
Has he? Okay, yeah. So SGP's lost a lot of ground then on Steve F1, who also filled up. But SGP will now get the benefit of the boost. Conrad's got another penalty. There's Hay off, unfortunately. Yeah, I don't want to say that was guaranteed, but yeah, with the tyres as worn as they were and with no real practice for Hay, it is unfortunate.
I think Conrad's got the penalty either for the 130R or the last chicane.
Yeah, could be.
Because he served a penalty on that straight and then he's either went far wide and just kept the foot in, or he's cut the chicane quite a bit.
Demon R here heading up to Spoon with barely a slither on his tyres and running wide. Oh, he's just... Well, he didn't keep it on the road. He avoided spinning. But yeah, okay, so he's got no grip on the front tyres now. I think he will be pitting at the end of this lap.
Would it be in his mind for the next pit stop? Right, I had that X amount of tyres left. I can't... I won't do that extra lap in case I do fuck it up at Spoon.
Maybe. Or do it the other way, because he's on lap 5 here, so maybe he's doing the 5.53 or something like that. So maybe he will look after the tyres a little bit more, so he's got a bit of tyre left and up to this point. Demon Art is into the pits. Jimmy is in second place, could end up leading this race as Arpal is all over the back of Formula Gary. Gary with knackered tyres and hopefully will be pitting soon.
And also Demon R went deep into turn 1 a couple of laps ago, so that would have used up more of his tyres trying to get that car slowed down.
Absolutely.
But Pal round the outside, nice move.
Yeah, SGP there as well, blocked a little bit by Gary. Jimmy, he's gone for the extra lap to lead the race. It might be a mistake.
Got the tyres.
Yeah,
they're going to burn out after these knuckles.
Absolutely. If we stay on him for... I'd love to... Hopefully we will stay on him through these knuckles to see what his tyre... Oh, we won't, unfortunately. It would have been interesting to see how much the tyres go down. On the pan cam, SGP is all over the back of Arpal, and they've got Demon R closing in on them. So Demon R having come out of the pits right behind SGP. So overall, Demon R has lost out a bit, but he's gone... Oh, Steve F1!
Steve, you need to be careful. He doesn't want to end up with a moment at... what was it? High speed ring? Was it?
Yeah.
He went round outside. Was it Gary? Or,
yes, it was.
Or Jimmy, and ended up collecting him into the wall a wee bit. Slowed down his progress.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. SGP's just made them. Oh, he's running wide.
Oh, he's wide.
Oh, that half out. Is he going to come back? No, SGP managed. Oh, Jimmy's wide.
So,
that's a little bit scary moment there. Go on.
Yeah, that's very scary. As shows you Jimmy's getting no tires. He wants to break early here, or he's going straight on.
Absolutely.
He looks like he slowed it down.
Yeah, I mean that's the important thing when the tyres are that worn is slow it down early enough to stay on the road. Okay, so Demon R made a move on Arpal then. Go on.
SGP net, no, Steve F1's net lead, isn't he?
Yes.
At the minute.
Yes, he is. Having pitted 2 laps before Demon R, 1 lap before SGP. Demon R thought about it. I also think Arpal pitted at the same time as Steve F1. Who, Demon R?
I don't think he's... No, Steve F1 if he's that far ahead.
Steve F1 did fill up, yeah. You count,
did?
Yeah, you did mention that he did. Demon R didn't. He only put enough in to do his next stint by the look of it. So, okay, we've got very different strategies going. Oh, Rick's Blues on the pack cam just made a move on Jimmy. Jimmy definitely struggling on his tyres. He'll be in the pits soon, I'm sure. As Demon R still behind SGP, hasn't he? Oh, SGP's pitting! He only pitted 2 laps ago. Indeed.
I thought it was a free 553.
Yeah. Not 4.
552.
well, he did 4. So is his 4-2?
Is he going to have a 6?
Well, that leaves 12 laps. Maybe it's 4, 8, 12. 4 lap stints.
See how he gets on.
Yeah.
As we see Critical and Arpal having a good pal. These two have been around each other quite a bit throughout the series.
Yeah. Interestingly as well, Arpal has got a lot of fuel on board at the moment because he filled up, and Critical has got not a lot of fuel. Literally, they've pretty much got opposites on fuel. So yeah, look, Critical's got less than 1/4 of a tank. He's still got a decent amount of tyre. I'm wondering if he put enough fuel to do a longer stint or not, or if he's just burning up the fuel. Because one of the things, or is he making the move here on Arpal? Yeah, one of the things, in case some of the viewers don't know it, is, as I mentioned a little while ago, if you lift and coast, you can... Oh, Critical's gone deep! Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, when you're leading, if you do a lot of lifting and coasting, you can save a lot of fuel and save a lot of tyres and still be quick. And you can do it easier because you're not pressured. If you are aggressive, though, on your downshifts, you will burn up a little bit more fuel. And, oh, nearly got wide there, Critical. And if you extend the gears too long, you can burn up the fuel as well. Demon R got a bit of a run on Conrad here, down towards the R113. Demon R's actually not that far away from Steve F1, who I think is on his 4th lap of his stint. So it'd be interesting to see if this gap comes down.
Yeah, that will be. Sorry, I was looking at something.
Oh, what are you looking at, you dirty boy?
I was sorting out messages. Critical in the pits. So Demon R on the back of Conrad here. Where did Conrad start again? I think he was 5th?
4th. I think it was 4th. Yeah, Conrad was 4th. Yeah. So he's running around about in the right place. I think he pitted lap 4 as well. It'd be interesting. It'd be nice to see what Connor's tyres are like at the moment. I mean, if he did 4 laps on the other stint, his tyres are going to be a little bit worn. So this is where it benefits Demon R having gone to lap 5 and taking that sort of half a lap of pain. Yeah, because look at Conrad's tyres. So Demon R's going to have so much more grip here. He's having a look around the outside of Dunlop, heading towards the Degners. Can they get through there side by side? Yes, they are. Connor's got a little deep. Can he keep it straight? Yes, he can. He's done extremely well there to not spin it. But that was literally down to the tyres. The grip didn't have the tyres to hold the outside line.
Look at Steve F1's tyres.
Yeah.
Now, will they go at spoon, or will he get to the...
No, when he gets to spoon, he'll be forked. I laughed so much at that, I just hurt my chest. I'm having an heart attack. Okay, so SGP pitted lap 4 and then lap 6, didn't he? So he's got, I think he had a full tank of fuel there. Twilight, I didn't see his tyres again. Rich Blues, he's pitted recently. As we go back to look at Demon R, got a bit over a quarter of a tank, a bit under half of tyres. And I think he is closing that gap on Steve F1. Yeah, he is definitely. Let's see how Steve F1's getting on through the R130. Through the R130 as well. Is he anywhere? I can't tell if he's close. Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh yeah, it's right on him.
Absolutely.
Steve F1 having to take it easy on
Yeah, oh, okay, Steve F1's headed to the pits. But you could just tell, I mean, that must have been maybe, what, 1.5, 2 seconds that just disappeared through the R130? And that's all down to the tyres. There's Conrod pits, Artpal pits. So all the drivers, so Steve F1 and Artpal pitted lap 3. So they've just done 5 laps.
Twilight a bit deep there, sorry.
It's alright, go on.
I said Twilight a bit deep there.
Yeah, go on. I know, I was taking the piss.
You bloody kid. Well, who's going to, if Ebdel's pits, how much of a boost is Steve F1 going to get?
Well, that's a good question.
Oh,
SGP's gone
he's filling
deep.
up. He's filling up again. Okay. 95, not 100. He's filled up.
What's Conrad doing? SGP did. Artpal's filling up as well. So is Conrad by the looks of it. So Steve F1's come out in 6th. So he will get some boost. And Rich Blues pitted not that long ago. So he may be able to get quite a bit of boost here. Conrad comes out behind Critical and behind Artpal. So Demon R leading at the moment, then SGP at 2nd place, having done 2 pit stops. Twilight, okay, can see his tyres now. He's got this lap, may be able to get one more. So yeah, oh, okay, Steve F1 on the back of Rich Blues. If he gets past Rich Blues...
Oh, he's got an indicator on.
I think...
Yeah, Rich Blues got an indicator on.
That's Steve F1, don't forget, you've got to ask him nicely.
Can I get some dick? Can I pass on your dick?
So, Steve F1 makes a move.
He's just let him pass.
He's not helped him though, has it? Because now we won't get the boost. Okay, so field's a little bit spread at the moment. Demon R's just gone through the R130. SGP in 2nd place is just coming out to spoon with Twilight not too far behind him.
Wait, his indicator's off now.
Oh no.
What? What is this? Keep it in the family, yeah?
Yeah.
Is that what they do with the dick?
Well, no comment.
Stay tuned to find out.
Yeah,
Part 2.
The G-spot could be interested this week. Oh dear.
It depends where they got to find it.
Well, that's true.
Is that why Rich is at the back?
No comment. Yeah, I think you might have to cross the road. I tell you what, why did the sperm cross the road?
Oh, I don't know.
Because I put the wrong socks on this morning.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, I've hurt my ribs laughing. Oh, that's in pain. I'm in pain. Oh. Okay, so looking at Steve F1 here, closing in on Jimmy. Not sure how Jimmy's tyres are. We saw them earlier on. He went to lap 6 on his tyres. So he's not done too bad so far, seeing that he's now in 4th, but I've got a feeling his tyres might be on the way out again, which is allowing Steve F1 to close in. Rich to still be there. Steve's going for it. Yeah, taking the opportunity while Jimmy is struggling a bit. Yeah, so he's actually got a decent amount of life left in his tyres, as Jimmy there. He'll get another lap out of them quite comfortably. Oh! What happened to Rich?
I don't know.
He went to wipe his dick in the grass. Sorry. I apologise. I shouldn't have.
Hopefully it wasn't the gravel.
Ow.
As you see Conrad on the back end. Critical. Let's see how these get on. And there's Jimmy and Rich.
No, it's Artpal.
No, Artpal. See, I thought they weren't allowed the same bloody colours of cars, so the same kind of liveries.
Yellow. I mean, I don't know how Jimmy's been allowed.
Conrad's going. He's going a wee bit deep to try and get the extra top end. Look at the drive he's got.
Yeah, we're having a
He's trying.
The gap just isn't quite there. It is now. No, it's not. Oh, that was close. Is he going to have a look at the inside? Yes, he is. But having said, I mean, Spoon is one of those corners where really a Demon are in the pits. Critical's gone wide. Oh, a little bumpy there. Yeah, I was going to say, Spoon's a corner you wouldn't normally look for making a move on because you're better off getting the run down the straight here. But if a car runs a little bit wide or his tyres have gone a little bit, you do have a really good opportunity. Critical then, but drafting Conrad, having a look up the inside. Yeah, thinks better of it. Now, interestingly, there may be a few different tactics of how to go through the R130 in this car, because it is definitely not flat out. Okay, we've got Demon R in the pits, SGP in the pits, Twilight in the pits. Let's see what they do for fuel. Demon R is filling up at the moment, and he is still filling up, and he's still... I think he's filling his tank, Ray. He's doing what SGP did last week. Right.
SGP is filling up as well.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sorry, you were just very quiet for a moment. Yeah, okay, so Demon R then and SGP have filled up. Okay, so they won't need to fill up again when they do their next pit stop. Okay, so what we've got now, Conrad on the back of Artpal. Conrad's got plenty of fuel and 50% tyres. Let's see how he gets on through Dunlop. Got a bit of a run on Artpal, but I don't think he's close enough to make an attack. Demon R on the pack cam, making a move on Ridge Blues. Yeah, so interesting. Demon R and SGP have... Oh, Artpal! He's done well to keep it straight, hasn't he?
Yeah. Well, they didn't go wide here, which he hasn't, but you know, like that, Conrad's got the run because Artpal would have had to lift to try and get that car stop for spinning. Conrad's doing that deep here and then try and get the run, what he did on Critical.
Absolutely.
So it depends. Is Artpal going to defend the inside line? It looks like it. Conrad's trying to go around the outside. Is he going to throw it up the inside here? He is. He's trying. Oh, a wee bit.
There was a tiny touch, but you could tell he was trying to give the space there. So all fair in love and war, in my opinion. Critical's tyres are very low. Jimmy's are very low as well. So I think we'll be seeing Critical and Jimmy pitting soon, which will stop Demon R from getting boost, which actually that'll happen now as Demon R gets into 5th place. I think he's 6th is the first car to get boost. So SGP will benefit here quite a bit. So yeah, I must admit, we're only
somebody spinning. Pat Cam.
Oh yeah.
Jimmy maybe.
No, it's Gary. It's Formula Gary.
Oh,
yeah, at Spoon. Yeah, because Jimmy's there. Look, Jimmy's gone straight on a bit. I think Jimmy just went deep. He's okay. Critical into the pits. It'd be interesting. Critical could fill up now and wouldn't have to pit for fuel.
Rich is in the pits. I think Rich touched that line.
He may well have done. I was not looking. Steve
S1 looked quite close on the view.
Okay, Conrad, decent bit of time.
Is that not a TV programme?
Yes, it is. Yeah, it is. A bit like The Chase. Artpal just went a little bit deep through the knuckles, and that's Conrad. Saved
That's not going to help your tyres.
Absolutely. Well, it'll hurt the rears more than the fronts, and the rears can take a little bit of punishment. But yeah, any sliding's not going to help.
Is that Whoopi Goldberg not on it? The view.
I don't know. I've never actually watched it, but I know there is a program. You know what? That did hurt Connor's tyres quite a bit. You can tell now into the dangers. Literally.
Bilber. He didn't. He's gone wide. Don't cut that wall. Don't cut that wall. Good.
So Artpal gets the move back where Conrad was trying to make the move. Connor's going to have to be careful here. You can tell
he's holding it on the inside. Artpal wants to take a leaf out of Connor's book by going that little bit deep and then get the run. But he's done them round the outside.
Absolutely. I think you're right. Connor may have just overheated those tyres. And it is so easy to do, especially when they're worn a bit more. As we see Gary here in 7th place. I think we saw... Gary's following Connor's tyre track.
He was spinning the lap before. He should have went in and sorted his tyres. His tyres are overheated and he needs to get them cooled down. Gary!
Yeah, dude. Unfortunately ran wide there, didn't it?
had a critical decision there.
Absolutely. Okay, so we've got Jimmy and Gary. Yeah, Jimmy. Sorry, Gary needs to be careful.
Gary,
He's got
come
no
on!
grip.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah. Jimmy
He
should.
can't be fighting. He needs to let his tyres cool down now.
Yeah.
Don't go for the fight into here. Don't want to see somebody getting smashed off at Spoon.
But you can see
look,
that.
Look at Gab Jimmy's got going.
But that's exactly the point, though, isn't it? Do everything you can to stay on the road. Yeah, you're going to lose some time, but at least you stay on the road. Okay, Steve F1 has got a little bit of tyres left, and he's going to be fitting at the end of this lap. So Steve F1 so far has done 3 laps, 5 laps, and he's on a 5-lap stint. I think Art Pal is matching him at the moment. So that'll be quite interesting how Art Pal's tyres are at the end of this lap. Demon R, he did 5 and 5. So I don't know. Demon R could be pitting in a couple of laps' time. It depends if they're going to do 5 or is he going to do 3. Don't know. SGP's done a slightly different strategy. 4-2, 55-9 is like a quarterback in American football.
Yeah.
Twilight's
Conrad.
Yeah.
Conrad's out. He's only half filled.
Yep. So let's see. I must admit, at this point, I think the top 4, I think, have all still got. Have they all still got? No, they haven't all still got 2 pit stops to do. They've all got 1 pit stop to do. As Conrad makes the move past Twilight. Conrad with the fresh tyres. I'm not sure what strategy Twilight is on at the moment, but he's still got some life in the tyres. As Demon R has caught up to the back of Art Pal rather quickly. And once again, the benefit of fresher tyres over worn tyres. I thought he was getting the back of him there. Is he going up this side? No, he's not. Okay.
There's Steve F1 just in the forefront.
Well, interestingly as well, Ray, I don't think any of these guys are going to need to put fuel in. Demon R having a look around the outside. This could get a bit interesting. Fresh tyres, worn tyres, R130. Oh, side by side. One little touch from Art Pal. Yeah.
As long as it doesn't give Demon R a penalty, then he should be good.
Yeah. Steve F1 is he in the pits? Yes.
Yeah.
Art Pal is in the pits as well.
Pits.
Yeah, so I don't think they need to put any fuel in as Twilight. So this is kind of the point where if the drivers can get 5 laps out of their tyres, they can pit now and get to the end.
Hasn't went in the pits. No. Conrad's not in the pits. Twilight not in the pit. Critical not in the pit.
Yeah. Okay. So the interesting.
So they must be going to lap 15 and do the 3 lap then.
Quite possibly.
Which if that happens, Demon R might not get a good boost.
That is
if
true.
Everybody pits in the same lap compared to Steve F1.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting to see how this pans out. Critical got a little bit deep there. Twilight, I think he could pit the next lap, and get to the end, because pit at the end of this lap leaves 4 laps to go. So yeah, I genuinely at this moment in time have no idea who is leading this bloody race.
Demon R, it tells you top left-hand corner.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, the interesting thing was obviously Demon R.
How many years you been doing this and you can't tell who's leading the race?
But it's more a case of when Demon R makes his next pit stop, which is probably going to be at the end of the next lap. Is the gap to Steve F1 going to be too big to claw back? Because that's kind of the critical point, isn't it? So Demon R has basically led the first half of this race. And it will come down to the position of the cars when Demon R comes out of the pits and whether they have any boosts. Similar with SGP, because SGP running in second place, I don't know what he did on the first half of the strategy, but I think he's matched up now with Demon R. So there's still plenty of racing to be had in this race. So fun enough. Okay, Steve F1 has had a lap. This is the second lap with boost, maybe. On the back of Critical. If he gets past Critical, he won't get any more boost. Pack Hay and Blues getting closer together. Demon R into the pits.
Yes. Is SGP doing? Is he
He's got
going
a
in the
pit.
pits?
Yeah,
He's got a pit, yeah, his tyres are wrecked.
yeah. Okay, so Demon R then's done
Conrad's
5-5-4-4.
Conrad continuing.
Yes, he is. Conrad hasn't got enough fuel to get to the end at this moment in time. Twilight in the pits. So this is where you were on about what is going to happen when Demon R comes out of the pits regarding the boost. Steve F1 trying to make the move on Critical. Critical's got much more worn tyres. Steve F1 makes the move into turn 1. Critical holds it just. Arpout closing in. He's also got fresher tyres than Critical. So maybe... And there's Demon R. So here's the gap then. What, 3 seconds to Steve F1 maybe? Demon R hasn't got boost. But Steve F1 and Arpal will have that 5th lap where the tyres are going to be a lot more worn. So Steve F1, net leader.
Critical's holding up Arpal at the minute.
Yeah, he is.
Arpal just can't get past him and needs curvy knuckles.
Yeah, that bit.
What's his Dunlop?
No, Dunlop's the last left-hander. Critical's gone wide.
Oh, what way?
He's done well to keep it straight. Arpal stayed away from him there. Now he's making the move. Demon R looking at making the move as well. So we head up to the hairpin. This could be critical for Demon R. That's Critical up the inside, trying to hold on to it. Demon R going for a bit of a switch back and a bit of contact. Oh dear! Oh, no reverse!
No!
Oh!
Jesus, Critical!
Oh dear! Oh dear! Oh, yeah.
He should have just held the brakes.
Yeah.
There. Yeah, that's not what we like to see. You've got to be a wee bit critical on that.
Yeah. I suppose. I mean, it could be said.
Oh, he's gone off.
Yeah. He's struggling on the
Don't
tyres.
go for the move.
Yeah, those tyres are going to be dirty, hot, and worn. Yeah, difficult to know exactly what happened at the hairpin. Maybe it's something we'll have a look at on the G-spot as Conrad leading this race, but he's going to have another pit stop to do. He needs fuel. Yes, so in the pits he goes. Steve F1's going to take the lead of this race, and the gap now between himself and Demon R is massive. So Steve F1 leads this race. He can get to the end on the tyres. Arpal, second place, pitted at the same time as Steve. I believe he can get to the end. Excuse me, Arpal's found himself in a similar situation as last week as well, hasn't he? Second place at the end with a chance of fighting for the win. SGP's in third place now, got caught up in that collision, but managed to end up ahead of Demon R. So fortunately for SGP and Demon R, obviously no boost now and lost a considerable amount of time. Twilight won't have any boost, but he's got decent tyres, he can get to the end. Oh!
Onwards, not put fuel in.
That's exactly what I just spotted as we were flicking through. Critical has pitted, got fresh tyres. He's not put a lot of fuel in, but hopefully he's got enough. Jimmy's got plenty of tyres, so Steve F1, he's got a bit more than 50% tyres left maybe. SGP, yeah, got more tyres. I'm wondering if that collision though may have put a heat cycle through them. But yeah, so massively unfortunate.
Somebody, Conrad going for the move in the background there.
Yeah.
Twilight, yep, here we go.
Yeah, managed to make that move. See now Twilight, it might be a good idea just to hug Conrad's rear end. I think he's got the tyres to do it, and he'll have a bit of boost as well once Conrad gets over a second ahead. So yeah, it looked like we were going to have a potential 3-way battle, perhaps even a 4-way battle with SGP for the lead of the race. It would have been interesting coming down to the last couple of laps with the different strategies, but now, I don't know exactly what the gap is. Let's see if we can do an old count on the clock from the start-finish line on it, because I'd say, SGP's gone wide. Keeps it going straight though, which is extremely important. He's gone straight again though. I think he's struggling a bit on these tyres. 7, 8, 9. About 9 seconds I got. What did you get?
10.
10. Yeah, okay, so the gap then was 3 seconds, it's now 10 seconds. So, yeah, I don't think they'll be making that gap up. But at the end of the race, STP won't. Oh, that's gone deep 3 corners in a row. That's kind of prime example, isn't it, of tyres get too hot, you have an off, and you can easily have Conrad's back in the pits to put that bit of fuel in. I'm wondering if it was a slip of the button, you know, it's easily done. You tell it to put the tyres on and automatically you go click do not refuel, and then you go, why the hell did I do that? So massively unfortunate for Conrad. Steve F1's tyres have taken a lot of punishment in that last lap. Jimmy got Conrad all over the back of him now, both of them having recently pitted.
Yep. Was Conrad filled up enough to the end?
Well, you've got a lap and 3/4. Yeah, it should be okay there, I hope. I mean, if it starts flashing red before he gets to the end of this lap, then he could be in a bit of danger. I mean, this is where, I mean, if he is a bit close on the fuel, turn the engine down. You can save a lot of fuel by turning the engine down. You save even more by doing that and lifting and coasting. So yeah, Steve F1, look at his tyres. I mean, I don't think he's pushing hard, but his tyres have definitely taken the punishment. The R130 is going to damage them a bit. He's got more tyres than Arpal though, so he's in a good position here as Steve F1 as they go through the R130. You might see Arpal's tyres just lose that extra little bit of grip. I'm looking and I can't tell. Demon R has got plenty of tyres. I don't know if the gap's come down at all. It's not really easy to tell. The gap has grown to SGP though, who has got more tyre wear than Demon R. A little bit spread out at the moment across the field, which is a huge shame really, as we start the last lap of the race.
Yep. How's the gap with Artpile? Is it? It looks a bit close on the track map, but I think it might be a couple of seconds. You gone? Bye.
No, I'm still here. I was counting the gap from Artpal, sorry, Steve F1 to Demon R. The gap's down to 6 seconds, so it's come down 4 seconds in one lap. About that anyway. So Jimmy heading into the R130. Critical has been back into the pits as well. Looks like he perhaps didn't have enough fuel in to get to the end of the race. Go on.
Just seen that penalty. So who's got it again?
Okay, Steve F1 hit
look at tyres. He's Artpal's tyres.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I was going to say, it looked like the gap had come down between them, but yeah, Artpal's tyres have taken more punishment. But to be fair, Artpal, what he's got to do here, he's got to apply the pressure, hasn't he? Apply the pressure, see if Steve F1 cracks. Because at the moment, Artpal's got enough of a gap to Demon R, he should have anyway, to get to, yeah, Demon R's battering his tyres, trying to close that gap.
Depends when we get to Spoon, because if the tyres are going to go dead at Spoon, like we seen with Demon R, he went wide at Spoon, didn't we? But he had no tyres, but
absolutely.
Let's see how this goes.
Well, Demon R's tyres were alright. Steve F1 and Artpal got through there, but would have been a lot slower. Demon R can see Artpal now, but they are making it. The gap has grown from Steve F1 to Artpal. I think Artpal's tyres went off in Spoon. Steve F1's just got to get through the R130 and then hit the brakes for the final chicane and hope it stops. He's got his usage of the tyres absolutely spot on here as Steve F1. Yeah, perfect. Through the final chicane. Won't do a T-mode lock. Demon R's really closed their gap, which just goes to show what could have possibly been. But Steve F1 takes the win. Is Arpal going to hold on here? Yes, he does.
Wide. He's gone wide. The tyres were just pushing him wide with that grip, as we see SJP coming through.
Oh! Back up!
Somebody saw, Conrad saw.
Yeah, I think Conrad.
Twilight 5th. Here comes Jimmy.
Yeah, Jimmy with plenty of tyres. 6th place for him. Well done, Jimmy. Brilliant result. Critical had to do a late splash and dash. He'll be very frustrated about that. It's going to be 7th place. Conrad, yeah, unfortunately for Conrad, with pitting and not putting the fuel in, went in for a splash and dash. and still didn't put the fuel. I'm wondering if Conrad knows about the diamond indicator as Rich and Gary. I wonder if Gary's tyres have gone off. Didn't see exactly what happened. Maybe it was on the pack cam. He's trying to get the move done. Can't quite do it. I'm going to sneeze. It's going to hurt.
Here it comes. Hey, well done, hey.
I thought he was going to say well done for sneezing. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, man. Yeah, so I'm wondering for Conrad whether he's aware of the diamond on the fuel refill indicator. I'll quickly explain it now. It only happens in races where it is laps, not time. And basically, so in this race here, when Steve F1 pitted on lap 3, and it shows the fuel indicator where you can choose whether to stop filling or not, at the far side of that indicator, just above it, is a little diamond. Now, because we're nowhere near the end of the race, and you will never have enough fuel to get to the end of the race, the diamond will be all the way over to the right. But as you get to the later stages of the race, so for example, when Conrad pitted and he forgot to hit the button, he hit the button when he didn't mean to, there would have been a diamond above the fuel gauge indicator, but it would have been not over to the right. It would have been perhaps halfway, bit over halfway, and that's the indicator that says you need this amount of fuel to get to the end of the race. Now, there is a little bit of a caveat to that. Let's say, for example, you have run 3/4 of the race with your engine in lean and lifting and coasting. The game will calculate how much fuel you have been using all the way up through the race, and when you come to pit, it will put the diamond where you need to put the fuel to get to the end, relevant to how you've been driving previously. So if you've been running on lean and lifting and coasting and saving loads of fuel, it's going to tell you you're not going to need that much fuel. If you then go and turn your engine up and start thrashing it, you are not going to have enough fuel, because it's going to burn at a very different rate to what has been calculated. So that is something to very much bear in mind. So while you're driving round, if you do change your engine mode, so go on.
No, you keep going.
Sorry. Yeah, if you do change your engine mode, well, let's say, okay, yeah, if you do a few laps on full rich, it will tell you like you might be using like 1.2 laps of fuel or whatever it is. If you then turn it down to lean and do a few laps, it will tell you a different amount of fuel that you're using. So you have to bear that in mind, that it will show you relevant to how you have been driving previously. Now, there is a good question, Ray, which is, does the boost affect the fuel usage?
You want me to answer that?
Yeah.
I don't have a fucking scuba.
I'm the same. I'll be honest with you, I don't know. It's not something that we have ever physically tested, and I've got no interest in testing it either. It is possible, because your car is going faster, it might be using a bit more fuel. There is a way to find out, and that is on a practice night. Do some laps when in the practice, when there is no boost, and look at the fuel gauge indicator and see how much percentage of fuel you are using per lap. So it'll tell you, like, you might have 11 laps of fuel, and it'll tell you you've got 100% of fuel. Once you've done your out lap and you come to start your time lap, look at the percentage. Let's say it might be on 92% because you've done a slow out lap. Do a time lap, come round, cross the line, it might be on 82%. So that would tell you, okay, I'm using 10% of fuel per lap, which kind of makes it easy to equate. Then when we do the practice race, drop off to the back after the first lap, drop off to the back and do the same thing and see if the percentage is different. If it is, then you'll know, okay, if I'm potentially going to be running in boost, I'm going to need to have a little bit extra fuel. There is another way of doing it though, which is, so for example, I know I'm waffling a bit here, but for example, I won't use myself, I'll use Steve F1 from this race actually. because I mentioned at the end of the race that he worked his tyre strategy on that last stint to perfection. Because as he come round the final corners, he'd got barely any tyres left. The way that he's been able to do that is his outlap, when he comes out the pits, he's got the boost, he doesn't push one bit. He doesn't steer too hard, he doesn't accelerate too hard, he doesn't brake too hard, he lifts and coasts. Instead of trying to go faster with the boost, he's actively driving slower with the boost. But because he's got the boost, he will do a faster lap time than if he was in no boost and pushing. So by not pushing, he's saving everything about the car, the tyres, the temperatures, the fuel. So when it got to the latter stages, the last couple of laps, his tyres are there for him because he hasn't used them up when he's got the boost. And it is very tempting to use the boost up, isn't it, Ray, when you get into that situation?
Oh yeah, definitely. You know, you want to add the other reason why Demon kind of fell away then? Or what happened to Demon
Oh, well, yeah. You can tell the story, you son of a bitch. What is banned in the DGT League, Ray?
In the chat, when you're with the drivers, you're not allowed to say, "Oh, Demon you're doing well." But
why is that?
I'm not, because it's a curse if you say it. But I'm not racing due to a small child and a very good proposition at the minute of a career ladder that you could
I'm
get
glad
into.
you added of a career, because proposition is not a word you want to be. Yeah, it involves a young child and a proposition. What? Oh, Jesus.
So I had about 15 minutes of watching your stream, and I typed, Demon R, you've got this in the bag. Demon R, you're doing well. Yeah, well.
Yeah.
And the incident makes critical happened.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're a lovely person, you are, right?
I know.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it will be interesting, to have a look at that incident on the G-Spot, because I mean, obviously, normally at the end of races, like doing commentary, we wouldn't normally like talk about an incident much, but I think with this one, it's worth a little chat because, excuse me, of the implications of it, but also, with it being, obviously it's had a big effect on the race. I'm not too concerned about that. What I want to sort of try and explain is what potentially might have happened. So normally, if two cars are side by side going into the hairpin, they would normally stay side by side going around the hairpin. But with the different tyre grip available for both of the drivers, you know how you mentioned earlier about like Steve F1 at the last race went round the outside of Gary and Gary got understeer, and in this race he didn't do that, he went to the inside. And it's possible that Demon R's done a similar thing here where he's thought, I don't want to go around the outside because if his tyres are hurting he might understeer wide, so instead I'll do the switchback. It's possible it's caught Critical off guard, and Critical may have thought Demon R was still on the right hand side, and there's a coming together between the two of them. I mean, obviously Demon R's waited for Critical in case it's was of his doing, but obviously we would not picking on Critical, but we would mention, yeah, in that situation, unfortunately Critical then did reverse across the track into other cars. I can kind of understand that in the heat of the moment, but yeah, should have waited really.
And also the second diagonal when it went off, he reversed.
No, it was Gary that nearly reversed.
No, Critical was there as well.
Yeah, Critical was there as well, but it was Gary that started reversing onto the track, but it did stop. Yeah.
So yeah.
But I tell you what I would say, in that situation though,
you just hit the brakes, hold where you are until there's a clear gap, and then start moving.
Yeah.
There was something else.
Well, what I was going to say, having what happened, so Critical reverse over the track, it then collects 2 other cars. What then should have happened really is Critical lets Jimmy and SGP go, because he's the reason that they've got caught up there. I can understand it in the heat of the moment though, and it's not always easy depending on which view the drivers use to look sideways. But yeah, so I could understand moving, but yeah, at the same time, it's one of those where
hit Mark on the radar.
Yep. Okay.
It says me, it's not racing.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm allowed to be critical, okay?
Oh, boom, boom. Okay.
I've got one
Go on.
announcement.
Oh God, come on. Hit me with your river stick. Come on.
You would love that, just a stick.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we're still waiting for replies from this video that you did.
Yes.
We sent out to all the drivers, and we're waiting a reply from Jason, Nelly, Bob, Critical, and well, I've put Hale in there as well, but that depends how much he's going to be racing and whatnot. But he still has a chance to have a say, and so do the others. So the admins want to try and get this kind of sorted, see what we can do and what we can't do, and try and make the best possible outcome. And if you don't get your say in, guys, then can't complain.
Yeah.
You had the chance.
Yeah. I'm wondering if Critical may have done it verbally, but obviously it's better if we have the message. Nelly obviously is on holiday, that's why he's not been with us for the last 2 weeks. He's gone. He's probably gone to see where Luke Skywalker grew up.
It needs to be to the page. If you put it in the drivers chat, I don't check it every day. I just jump to. It's full of fucking Aston Martins at the moment, I just go. Oh, that fucking sounds shite on the phone. Why is he posting that?
Did you watch? I don't suppose you watched the video that I put on before the race, where I put the first one is Gary's pit crew, and it's about the dogs.
I think I did, but I can't remember it.
Yeah, so there's a load of sheep running around a corner and then suddenly stop because there's a sheepdog there, and they all go, nah, turn around and run off. It's brilliant. It's just it's fun. But yeah, okay. A couple of mentions. Actually, one of the reasons why we say send it to the page, or the main reason we say send it to the page, is because one of Ray's jobs is dealing with messages that come to the page, and when they come to the page, Ray can deal with them and then obviously involve the rest of the admins, and we can all have the data together. So although you may verbally tell us stuff, our memories are shocking. I mean, Christ, we can't tell one car from another during races. How are we going to remember what you said last Thursday? Even though it was like yesterday when we recorded this. So yeah, to the page.
I don't know why I'm getting messages from Rich Boys on the page about an oval. I'm like, what?
Well, I can tell you.
He just sent an oval race. It's like, what you on about? Yeah, an annual. Oh, thank God I said that right. Annual oval.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I've got
I said, you can do it anytime you like. It's like, what? Of course you can do it anytime you like. And he went, what? And put a thumbs up. He goes, you know how to set up a lobby?
Well, you don't know what I said to him. So, some time ago, Rich Blues did contact me about the possibility of doing an oval race at some point, which, to be honest, I actually don't mind the idea, depending on which track, cars and stuff like that, and when. And
I think,
well,
if it's an oval, then I'd kind of boring because it's fucking where you are in the slipstream.
well, this is the thing. It could be potentially very boring. Like I say, it depends on the car and would depend on the settings. But what Rich didn't know or doesn't know is that when he mentioned it to me and sent it to the page some time ago, obviously we were dealing with like next championship cars and a few different things, and there was other more important things that we were dealing with than the potential of doing an oval race at some point. We did think about maybe stuffing something in during the mid-off season, but we needed the time off. Now, when Rich did message me about it, he said, like, obviously, have the admins had a chance to talk about doing an oval race? And I said, yes, a little bit. And he said, how did it go? I said, well, we just kept going round in circles. Which admittedly he did find amusing. What I would say to Rich is, at this moment in time, an oval race is not on the cards. Just because we don't know what's happening yet with after this championship.
I think you should get every driver to put a track in that they really like, and then you'd be able to tell what that driver's like. So if Rich puts in oval, that's because he's going in circles all the time.
Mm-hmm. It's because he's... Oh, no, I'm not going to say it. Sorry, Rich. So, yeah. I mean, it would be interesting to find out what each driver's favourite track is. 'Cause you never know. I mean, if we do keep going forward, we could have 2 championships where... I mean, we use 9 tracks in a championship, and if we do carry on, we've got like 14 drivers. So there's 14 tracks. Could have 2 championships.
Driver tracks championship.
yeah, pretty much. But yeah. Anything else you want to mention before?
We could. We've got 14. Take out the 4 admins. That's 10, so we'd have to do a 10 race season and do a drivers' championship.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm struggling today with my back. Keep groaning. Right, next track. The next track.
What kind of love it? What is it?
Red Bull Ring.
Oh, I remember SGP saying, "Oh, that could rain."
It could
Red
rain.
Bull rain.
It really could rain there.
It's the long one, isn't it? It's a GP. It's not the short.
It's the full circuit, which is
track
interesting.
Limits.
Well, yeah, there's track limits, a much shorter lap time. I think we're looking, was it 130s, like mid-30s, high 30s. So more laps per stint, maybe. So it'll be a longer race in terms of number of laps.
It'll be 33 laps.
It might be actually. So yeah, it'll be interesting. I mean, it is a track where it can rain quite heavily, but also there's a few corners, I mean, around that track where if it rains, it's going to be treacherous on that racing line where you do have to cross it a number of times. So yeah, it'd be very interesting to see what does happen. I mean, to be honest, there's
the tyre wear's going to be... It's not going to be even, is it?
It might be, because I don't think in this car you can really push it really hard around that track. Because I think if you push it too hard, it will just understeer off. And in the middle sector, you've got 2 fairly medium to high speed left-handers, which could negate the final 2 corners. So I think it might be less balanced than Suzuka, but not too bad. but I mean, we could be seeing a lot of laps under the tyres. But again, it depends.
Did you not do a 3-lap race?
Yep. And in 3
How
laps,
did it go?
the tyre wear was minimal. Like, literally, probably could have... I mean, I got it wrong at Suzuka last week when I mentioned it, but probably could do 3, 6, 9, maybe 10 laps.
And then cut that down to what you thought at Suzuka to what actually happened.
So knock 3
How
laps
did
off,
you?
about 7 laps. So yeah, it's... And the thing is, I think, depending on how long the race is, I don't think drivers are going to need to take the tyres all the way to minimal. Because especially around there, it will not benefit. So like at Suzuka, it was kind of like, okay, when you get to Spoon, you might be on the limit. By the time you've got through Spoon, you've only got a couple of corners to go. With the Red Bull Ring, you don't want to be in that middle sector with tyres that are dead, because you will be off in the middle sector and you will be off
And
at
the last 2 corners.
Yeah, you will not get into the pits. So yeah, it's going to be very interesting indeed. I have got some breaking news for you. Yes. So reports today about a famous divorce that is happening, and a quote from the courtroom is as follows. So, Mickey, you said you're divorcing Minnie because she's really silly. And Mickey said, no, I said she's fucking goofy.
Okay.
I like that one.
I got it, but it wasn't funny.
It was funny.
It wasn't.
Alright then. Okay, fair enough. Right, well on that bombshell.
Think the amount of children that watch our YouTube channel and you've just broke their hearts.
I very nearly just said what Fluffy used to say, but that would have been the worst possible. 2 words. First word begins with F. Second one begins with E. Would not have been a good 2 words to say after what you just said. Just think of all the children who watch our videos. No. Okay, right. We're still not banned yet, so I'm not going to say that because we will get banned. Ray, thank you for joining us on commentary.
Yeah, thank you for everybody else, sorry.
You find that funny, but not Mickey and Minnie and Goofy, bloody hell. You're wrong, and you. Oh dear. Okay, there was something else. Okay, anything that I might do on the G Spot. If it doesn't come out this week, it'll probably be because there just isn't a lot of stuff to do, so it will depend if there's anything being reported. So yeah, in a moment we'll have a look at the confirmed race result and the championship standings. Yeah, right, Ray, thank you very much.
Okay.
Fuck 'em.
So, confirmation of the race result then. Steve F1 with a victory, maximum 20 points. Art Pal, second place, 17 points for him. Demon R in third, gets 15. SGP in fourth with 13. Twilight in fifth, gets 12 points. Jimmy in sixth, gets 11. Critical in seventh, scores 10. Conrad in eighth, scores 9. Rich Blues in ninth, scores 8. Formula Gary in 10th, scores 7. And Hay in 11th, scores 6. Okay, let's have a look then what that's done to the standings. Well, Steve F1 now topping the title challenge. 53 points for him. 3 points now ahead of SGP, who has got a 4-point gap over Artpal in third place, who's got a 1-point gap over Demon R in fourth. So the top 4 only split by 8 points with 5 races to go. 6 races to go even, my apologies. Jimmy in 5th place on 34 points. He's got a little bit of a gap, 9 points down to Formula Gary in 6th place, who's on 25. There's a 4 points gap to Critical in 7th place. And then we've got Rich Blues in 8th on 17. Jason in 9th place on 13, drops down with not having to race the last couple of races. Twilight moves up a few places, up to 10th place in 12th, as Nelly, with being on holiday for a couple of weeks, drops down to 11th on 10 points. Conrad with points on the board now, 12th place, 9 points for him, and the returning Hay in the 13th with 6 points. As we mentioned, the next track up is the Red Bull Ring Grand Prix circuit. It should be, could be, hopefully will be an interesting one. There'll be quite a few laps, and I wouldn't be surprised if there's quite a few pit stops as well, especially if that weather does appear. Right, time to wrap this up, so you know what to do. Hit like, subscribe and tap that notifications bell, and you'll be able to keep up to date with everything that's happening in the DGT League. Alright, that's all for now. Have a good one, everybody, and we'll see you all again soon.